Hey, what's up guys? So I got a comment on my EU Conquest Edition Part 3. The comment says, I don't know if you will see this, I didn't for 6 hours, my bad, or if it's too personal a question, but how long on average do your videos take to film and what kind of tips would you have if I wanted to do something similar to this? I went and responded, did my normal yapping as I normally do, and yeah, but we're gonna go a little bit more in depth here and actually give a video. So hey, if you're seeing this, this is for you. And if you want to do the videos like I do them, this is also for you. I don't know why you would ever want to do something like me, but we're just gonna keep moving. First step, I'm using Microsoft Paint. So if you want to use Microsoft Paint to follow this tutorial exactly, you could do that, or try applying this to whatever software you have, but this is specifically for Microsoft Paint. So first step is also to get a flag. What? To get a map. I can't speak, my bad, sorry, I'm tired. So this right here is the map that I use used for my US Top Comment V1 and V2. If you're wondering why everything looks a little weird, it's because my my recording is kind of like dwarfed because the way I crop things. So, you know, this is not how it actually. But so step 1 on this map, even though this would be step 2, we're gonna trace over this. We're gonna make the map look better because the borders, I don't like how they look, and you know, we're just gonna fix that. So open up a layer, put it above. All right, grab the pencil, put the thickness at whatever you want. I like 10 because 10 looks somewhat nice. And I like to start in the corner and go down, so we're gonna trace over main real quick. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to resemble the thing, and obviously it's not gonna look perfect for me because I'm zooming through this to show you. Yeah, no, that's awful, I'm not even gonna allow that one. I ignore the islands, by the way, because they're insignificant to me, and these are not as important as something like Crete is to Greece. So if it's important, I'll leave it. If it's something like this, they're gone. And as I just hid there, these, so let's say I want to color this red. Ignore that everything else will also turn red. You see that the pixels right there are the same color anyway. So stuff like that, don't leave isolated pixels. Either give them a either give them a path or get rid of them. So, you know, just in case you have to fill in the landmass at any point in time for any reason, which we will have to using this. So bang, there we go. That is a very quick, very poorly drawn main. Now if we hide our reference image layer, you can see that it's main. It's basically the same thing, you know what I mean? Now add a third layer and put it all the way to the bottom. I like using this turquoise that Microsoft Paint has because it looks nice and it's not too dark, and it helps pop the outline a little bit better than the dark blue does, right? So, and now get whatever neutral color. I like having this gray. Here's the color hex right here. I like this gray because it's pretty neutral, and it's not really on any flags. And then just, oh, wrong layer, my bad, don't be an idiot. Step 4, don't be an idiot. Then just color in this, right? And you would have to do this for the rest of the United States, all the way down. And when you do that, it'll look something like this. Bang. So there you go. There you can see the water layer, the trace layer, and all of that, right? And it looks a lot better than this, right? This doesn't look as good as this. And then when you have the map like this, we're just gonna hide this for a moment and unhide this. Let's say for a moment that we traced over the entirety of the US. I will not be doing that right now, that takes a while. When you do that, you can either erase your reference image to see a really nice effect of how everything comes into, you know, how everything looks a lot better, or you could just do this and delete it. It's basically the same thing, because we don't need this reference image anymore. Now that's how to do the US version of the series, the normal top comment version. Let me show you how to do the flags. But yeah, don't forget to save the image when you're done. So here we go. Let's say for a moment that you just spent all that time tracing Europe because you wanted to do Europe instead of the US, right? Or you also did the US and you traced Europe as well. Now, here's how you add flags to it in the way that I did it, right? So take this lavender, for example, up here. Here's the color hex, right? This lavender, will not let you run into any issues anywhere in terms of flags having similar colors. I don't think there's a single flag in the world that has a color similar to this. So you will not really run into issues. All right. Now, whatever countries you want to do and do the flags of with first, because you're going to have to do them in batches, color those in lavender. So we're going to do Portugal, right? And, oh, did not mean to do that. And we're also going to do Russia. Do not forget Kaliningrad. And we're also going to do Greece, because Greece is pretty far away from them. Don't forget Crete. What else can we do? We could also do all the small ones in the same go, but, you know, I don't want to do all the small ones in the same go right now. We could do England, and we could do Iceland, all right? So now your map should have these lavender-colored countries across them. The reason that you're going far away is so that you don't run into issues when, okay, you put Russia's flag, but it covers Romania, so it'll look weird. But you can, like, go past that by doing Romania second, and it will go over the Russia flag that shows there, right? But just to save yourself some issues, do countries that are far enough apart to where it will not interfere with each other, and go in multiple batches. So now you're going to save this image, right? So now you go to a website called Image Online, IMG, online.tools. All right, you're going to go to image manipulation and to remove color. So that should bring you to here. Now, what I do first, because it saves me some issues of looking later, go back to Microsoft Paint, get the color hex of whatever color you used. I used lavender, so we're going to grab that. We're going to put it here, and you see it's the color that we had. We're going to up the distance to 2. Now, this will save you any issues of, say you have a bunch of flags on the map, but one of the flags has a color kind of similar to this. Putting the distance at 2 will up the likelihood that you don't accidentally get rid of that color as well. Does that make sense? Okay, now we're going to put the image, and as you see, we have the image here with our lavender colors. We're going to press remove. It's going to show us the image, and then we're going to press download. As you can see, download's right there after we press remove. Let's go look to see if the image is the one that we need. Yeah, look at that. You see how it worked? You see the checkerboard behind that means that there is nothing there in between the borders because it got rid of everything there. And this is how you test if it truly did work. So let's press download and get the image. Now we're gonna go here, add a few layers, hide that. You can also get rid of it or start a new one, but this is the same one that's going. And this way it will, as you progress, it will not clutter your computer with multiple different files of this one test. It would just be one file that you overwrite over and over and over again, but you could do it in multiple files. You would just need to keep closing out and going back in and, you know, doing that. Now we're going to add the image that we just downloaded, and there it is. Now here's how you test if it did truly work, even though I know it did. Just grab your pencil up the thickness and go and see if it overlays over the countries or the water, and it doesn't. Cool. So now let's go grab the flags. So we're going to start with Russia because Russia is the biggest country, so why not? Make sure you're on the blank layer underneath the map layer. We're going to put the image in and now cover every bit of territory that it owns, right? And you will see it overlay and it will become a flag map, right? As you can see, bang, there you go. Now you have the Russian flag over the Russian territory. Except for Crimea, we're just going to say Ukraine owns it. Now you're going to do the rest with the rest of the flags. Let me do that real quick. All right, and as you can see, now we have all the flags over the countries that we colored to be the ones that we picked for this batch, right? And if we get rid of this layer, you can see truly how stupid these actually look underneath it, but it looks nice like this. Now you would do that for the rest of them. So for instance, hey, we're going to do Ukraine. Oh, wrong layer. Don't be an idiot like me. For instance, we're going to do Ukraine next, or we're going to do Spain as well. We're going to do Ireland, you know what I mean? We're going to do all those, and you do this one by one until you get something like this. All right, for instance, until you get something like this. As you can see, everything has a flag on it. Everything looks pretty nice. Except for these, I kind of regret doing these the way I did. Portugal looks weird. Azerbaijan looks weird. Whatever. It's in the past. I'm not going to change it. So now, to continue this and do it in the way that I do for my Conquest series, here's how you change the flag. In a new project, you're going to open up your base map, right? Which you already have because you traced, you know, and you already have it. You use this to make the flags, but you should already have this, right? So to say for instance we're gonna make I don't know, we're gonna make, let's say for instance you want to make Yugoslavia reunite, so we're gonna make all 7 of these reunite into Yugoslavia, right? So we gotta get rid of the borders first. Trump's having a heart attack right now. Try doing a better job than me. I'm just speeding up to, you know, show you this, but be like nice and precise with it. Don't just speed through it. All right, now fill this back in with the neutral color that you have, or whatever color you had for the countries, right? Just to get rid of all the white erased parts. And now, again, I'm gonna use lavender. We're gonna color this in with lavender to identify that this is what we're gonna use to change. Or, this is what we're changing. I can't speak English. So you're gonna save the image, and then you're gonna go through all the steps that we did to get the flags on with the other website. You should know how to do this by now. Now we're gonna keep this open, which will then also get rid of this file, so that all in all this took one actual file that I'm gonna keep on my computer. And I don't have to delete much except for the thing I downloaded from the website to get the erased background. Now we're gonna add what we had here. So as we can see, if we hide this layer, you can see that it turns white. And as the good old test, wrong layer, idiot. Bang, okay, it worked, cool, sick. So now we're gonna add the Yugoslavian flag. All right, so now we're gonna go here and add the flag. We're gonna do the same thing we did with the flag map. Okay, make it look nice, cover all the territory, bang, there you go, now you have Yugoslavia. Now here's how you add this to your flag map. Add another layer and put your flag map. All right, so as you can see on the flag map, because it's underneath the top layer that we downloaded, you can see all the countries in Yugoslavia. If we hide this, we can see the flag map. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go here and you're gonna erase in a nice way, because for instance, if we do this, it's also gonna erase that while showing the flag. So you have to do it in a way that doesn't impede with anything else. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So we're gonna erase the colors, or the flags, in these countries, and then you will see something nice happen, right? So as we go, you see the borders that are no longer there go, you see the flags go, and we're gonna get to a point where we're gonna get to, like, for instance, where the star is, and it's gonna be doing something nice. You see how it's nice when it appears? It's kind of cool, it's kind of satisfying. You're gonna do this for the entire thing. Make sure you don't accidentally, you know, erase anything that you shouldn't. Do check, like, oh, did I erase something? And yeah, you are. And this is why you're just gonna retrace over those borders. But it's better to retrace over the borders than to re-put flags. All right, so as you can see, now we have the entire Yugoslavia. And because I did, if I hide this, you can see that I completely erased the borders right there. But if we hide it like this, it actually, you know what I mean? Now that I just realized, it hides the fact that we erased the borders. Because as you can see, this clearly changes. Bang, there you go. I don't know why I completely forgot about that till just now, but hiding that back under, hiding the image that you downloaded back under the flag map brings back the borders that you just erased. I am an idiot, sorry for that. So now we have Yugoslavia on this flag map, and we don't have to retrace the borders because there you go, that's how you do it. You do that for basically everything else as well. So if, say, Germany takes over Poland, you would do the same process, all right? Make sure you, make the flag look nice. And when you are done erasing, make sure you put the image that you downloaded in the layer underneath the flag map so that you keep the borders and don't have to retrace like an idiot. So there you go, there's that. Now let's say you add a region onto the map. I will show you that as well. All right, so here is my part 3. I did realize that I messed up the borders here, so I will quickly redraw. All right, anyway, that's besides the point though. So say we want to add Galicia, which we did. This actually happened in my top comment series. You would go through the same process. So let's get the basic map. Now we would have to draw Galicia. Now I will just draw this from my memory. All right, it was something like this inwards and like that. It was something like that. Whatever, right? We have Galicia now. We're gonna cover this with our lavender, and we're gonna save the image. Alright, now that we saved the image, we're gonna go do the same process on the imgonline.tools. Alright, we downloaded the image. As you can see, we get rid of that. Now we're gonna put this there for the moment. We're gonna bring this up. Let's go get the Galicia flag. Alright, and oh shit, wrong layer. I'm gonna zoom out as well so we can see this a little bit better. I did not zoom out enough clearly. Oh, that's too much. There we go. That's a nice healthy balance. Now let's add the flag onto the country. The newly independent country. Or say you just want to have like the flag map of the Spanish regions. You know, you could also do that as well. Right, alright, there we go. We got Galicia's flag. Now let's put this here. Right, and as we can see that. We're now just going to erase this all. Again, do not cross over the border. Because while you can do something like this, you know what I mean? And then do this and the border really doesn't change. If you do this and put this back up top, you see that you erase Portugal, right? But you see the border from the previous image is still there. Just don't go over the border. You know what I mean? You gotta stay on the border. Does that make sense? And that goes for the border that you just drew as well. But doesn't go for the ocean, because the ocean doesn't change. All right, so now we have an erased Galicia. We put this back up top, and we see, oh, look at this. The border we drew has changed. Now, this is the exception to the rule of putting this back under and then boom, it's done. No, it's not done. Because this border wasn't there on the original map, so obviously, you know, it's different. To fix this, you're gonna have to do this every single time. You're gonna trace on the layer of the flag map, you're gonna trace over this. Alright. All the way up till that. And if we bring this back down, we can see this is correct. But it's not perfect in some areas, so we will fix it. And there we go, that is done. So now you have Galicia, the region, in Europe. We also have Baden-Württemberg, I still don't know how to pronounce that. We have the Irish Union. And that's how my series is going so far. But now you know how to add this stuff onto the map in Microsoft Paint. So I hope this really helped you. You know, if you want to do the series like I do, I've seen some of you say, hey, I started this because of this guy, or hey, I edited it like this guy. And thank you to you people. You know who you are. Very special people you are, you know. But yeah, now you know how to do it. Now you know how to get the map set up. And when you have the map set up, have at it. Do as you wish and have fun while doing it. I will see you guys in the next ones, and peace out. See you guys.